Honorable Governor of Rajasthan, Shri Hari Bhau Kishan Rao Bagde. We had a feast of his intellect, guidance, and what we should be doing in life for the nation. He was very right. We have ceased to be inquisitive. He made his point with reference to Dr. APJ Kalam. I'll tell you very frequently, Honorable Governor, MG mark, KG mark. People have forgotten what they mean. Mahatma Gandhi mark is MG mark now. Kasturba Gandhi mark is now KG mark. Grateful to you for sending this message, not only here, but to the entire youth of the country. Board of Governors is a very important institution that oversees overall growth trajectory of an institution. This institution is blessed with excellent Board of Governors led by Lieutenant General A.K. Bhatt, Professor N.P. Padhi, Director. I have had the occasion to see his commitment and focus. For him, education means a transformative mechanism to change the society. He believes, and I have said so on multiple occasions, education is the most impactful, transformative mechanism to bring about equality, to cut into inequities, and to give cutting edge to democratic values. You are lucky to have his mentorship. He reflected, Honorable Governor, on packages. Both of us don't get that much. We get much less. Those who have passed out are getting more, and at much younger age. That defines your institution. We have amongst us Shri Madan Dilawar, a very senior parliamentarian of the state. In 1993, I had the good occasion to be member of the assembly. I was on the opposition bench. Shri Madan Dilawar, Minister of Education, was a minister on the treasury benches. He is non-compromising. He will never bargain with his principles. He is very tough. Don't be misled by his smile. Shri Hiralal Nagar has independent charge of energy, another Hira in his area. Honorable, respectful Kalpana Devi ji, legislator from Ladpura. It has been a very important constituency. Earlier, veterans had represented it, and I'm sorry, we are sitting here. She is indicated. So, most important person. Shri Sandeep Sharma, I share deep common with him. MLA Kota South. Distinguished guests, and of course, faculty members who make this institution what it is today in the eyes of the world at large. Members of the staff, proud parents, and most important, for whom I am here, dear students. कोटा में ओम का उच्चारण तो बनता है, ओम. I say so because Kota has unique position in the parliamentary history of this country. Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha, Shri Om Birla, has the distinction to be in the second term as the Speaker consecutively. Now someone will still immediately ask, Dr. Balram Jakhar was also a Speaker consecutively for 2 terms from 80 to 1989. What is special about Kota? Taking a cue from the Honorable Governor about APJ Kalam name being elaborated, Dr. Balram Jakhar was first elected from Punjab, Firozpur, and then elected from Rajasthan Seeker for his 2 terms. Our Om Birla has been elected from this constituency. So, Kota has a unique position. I am sure everyone will agree. Good. Friends, for me it's a moment of immense pride to be amidst youthful energy, inquisitive minds, and pioneering spirit of the Indian Institute of Information Technology. I extend my heartiest congratulations to all the graduating students, their dedicated faculty members, their proud family members, and I salute the dynamic leadership of IIIT Kota. A convocation in the life of a student walking out of the institute with the tag of being an alumnus is a milestone development. Time to be ever cherished. Convocation marks the harvest of perseverance, the fruition of your discipline, and signals your unwavering pursuit of excellence. From within the sands and soils of Rajasthan, IIIT Kota is helping forge the foundation of digital India, now a global need. Friends, it is not merely imparting technical knowledge, it is much beyond. It is shaping the contours of a new, confident, and technologically sovereign India. Convocation is far more than beginning. It is consequential expedition called life. Friends, this is more than a ceremonial passage. Remember, learning never ends. दीक्षांत शिक्षांत नहीं है, शिक्षा का अंत कभी नहीं होता है. I am reminded of a philosopher before Socrates, Heraclitus. He reflected, the only constant in life is change. And he buttressed it by an illustration. The same person cannot enter the same river twice. You have to change, but to change for the better, you have to engage in constant learning, and it graduates at one time into self-learning. Friends, you are taking leap in the larger public domain, but look at the timing of it. Bharat, home to 1/6 of humanity, is rightly perceived as favorite global investment and opportunity destination. By whom? By institutions like International Monetary Fund, as also other entities. You would have noticed all around in Bharat an aura of hope and possibility, with exponential economic upsurge, phenomenal infrastructural growth, deep technological penetration, to name only just a few. But in this overall scenario, friends, my young friends, my dear friends, India's greatest wealth today is not its resources in oil, mineral or otherwise. It is you, the youth of this country, with nearly 65% of our population being under the age of 35. And let me tell you, the median age in India is 29 years. Compare it with China 37, US 38, and Japan 48. We possess a demographic advantage that is envy of the entire world. But what does it mean to us? We have to stir our minds. We have to deeply reflect. We need to take a resolve. We need to make a commitment. The commitment is, let us avail and fructify this great opportunity that is once in history, not in centuries. India is blessed with this opportunity. Let us go into it. Now an opportunity must realize the challenges. The challenge is beyond economy size. Our economy size is commendable. In last 10 years, the jump has been of 7 points. Very difficult to traverse a fragile economy to such a developed economy at number 4. On way to becoming third very shortly. That will continue. Maybe some can rationalize it also with our large population of 1.4 billion. But you as discerning minds, thinking minds, future of India, you must have to work to ensure fast northward multiple times hike in our per capita income. You are capable of it. You have to think about it. You have to understand. I am sure you will achieve. And you must emerge as leaders in ethical artificial intelligence. Let me reflect briefly which matters to you. Disruptive technologies, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, machine learning and the kind are far more significant and epochal than industrial revolutions. These technologies can be regulated, harnessed and positively unleashed only with your contribution. And therefore the challenges that emanate, you in this institute and working out of it have to create that into opportunities. Just imagine where we are heading. We never thought India will be amongst single-digit countries focusing on quantum computing, green hydrogen mission, global digital infrastructure. These are areas where you can contribute. Our cyber security protocols must ensure privacy with dignity. It is something which has to be resolved with every changing time. Our digital platforms must serve as public goods for the entire world. Look at the headway we have made in UPI. It's a global buzzword. The world is looking at India, how to effect digitization. You all must be aware, the World Bank president said, what India has achieved in digitization, technological penetration, is not normally achievable in 4 decades plus. India has done it in 6 years. But we are getting into a new era, an era of new nationalism. Technological leadership is the new frontier of the patriotism. We have to be world leaders in this. The battleground of the 21st century is no longer land or sea. Gone are those days of conventional warfare also. Our prowess, our power has to be determined by code, cloud and cyber. And for that, you have a great role to play. Nations will no longer be compromised or colonized by armies, but armies now have been replaced by algorithms. Sovereignty will not be lost through invasions, but through dependence on foreign digital infrastructure. You must have seen, if we get technology-driven equipment from outside, that country has a power to bring stand still our equipment. Also in defense, the general will bear me out. And therefore, the work on your table will ever keep on increasing. You'll always have work to serve the society. India, once global leader, cannot afford to be at rest just being a passive user nation of borrowed technologies. Earlier we used to wait for technology. The gap was decades. In my generation it was narrowed down to years. It came to months. It has now come to weeks. But why? We should be exporting it. We must rise as architects of our own digital destiny and also influence the destiny of other nations. And for that, my dear friends, our coders, data scientists, blockchain innovators, and AI engineers are the modern day nation builders. And where are they? They are amongst you. Just imagine what kind of a role you have. And you don't have to depend on anyone to perform a role like this. You can have your own startups. You can get into several other areas and groups. But friends, even as we innovate, as we lead, we must not forget one thing, and that is our civilizational essence, our civilizational ethos, and that is technology without values is a double-edged sword. Let me put it the other way around. Technology is like a nuclear power. If regulated, it can give you electricity. If used otherwise, you must have seen the terror, the horror, the demonizing impact it has. We have seen global conflagrations which are open-ended now. You can see the results. When we look at artificial intelligence, which was not known to us earlier, the same AI that can revolutionize classrooms can also deepen divides. India is a lesson to the entire world what is inclusivity. India is a lesson to the entire world what is unity in diversity. Look at this. All are having different, but we are united to be here. And therefore, as the next generation of digital leaders, and you are those digital leaders, mind you, our generation is not well equipped to score that goal which you alone can score. And therefore, you must also be conscious keepers of the tech world. Don't permit this great prowess and power to be demonized. We need to build Bharatiya system for Bharatiya users and globalize it like we have done yoga. It was there in our Atharveda long back. Prime Minister Modi took the lead. The largest number of nations came together, supported it. And yoga is not meant only for International Yoga Day, it is an everyday matter for our good health and wellness. But friends, to give really cutting edge to transformative technology, we must appreciate that the technology which we devise, the technology which comes into being because of our efforts, our sweating, like a smart app. But if a smart app doesn't work in rural India, it is not smart enough. Keep always that in mind. You must always be people-centric, which means keep the last person in mind when it comes to growth. An AI model that doesn't understand regional languages is incomplete. We are proud of our languages. Many of them have been given the status of classical languages. Our languages are respected beyond the frontiers of Bharat. So AI models must be our language friendly. A digital tool that excludes the disabled is unjust. We as a nation are always meant to handhold those who suffer some kind of challenge, physical, mental or otherwise. And friends, world is driven by research and innovation. I have said on multiple times, and the director has appreciated it. In Jaipur, a research must not be for self, that it gives me good credentials. It should not be for a self in the library. Research and innovation must have impact on the ground for the common man. And therefore I say, innovation must not become the privilege of the privileged. Because a big change this country has seen in last decade is the privileged pedigree is extinct. Equality before law has been restored. Those who thought they are above law are facing heat of law. And therefore you must ensure that the fruits of technology reach India's last mile. Its tribal communities, its women, its small farmers, and undeserved children. Friends, after more than 3 decades, and I was more involved as Governor State of West Bengal, the nation came to have National Education Policy 2020. It was evolved after taking inputs from all the stakeholders. We must invest in education and empowerment of our youth through opportunity, mentorship, and a vision that connects personal ambition with national progress to build digital superpower. National education policy will transform it. It has been well evolved. I appeal to everyone across the country, those who have not started adoption of national education policy, I urge must do it. It is not a political education policy. It is not a government education policy. It is national education policy, where there was convergence of ideation and ideas from very valuable sources, I am aware, and where the implementation is taking place, including institutions like yours. The implementation must be authentic. It must be penetrating. Because students must come to know what does it mean for them. How it makes a big difference for young students. Friends, national education policy calls upon students to break from silos and embrace a world of convergence. The policy envisions a future set by thinking technologists, individuals who bring together the precision of code and the depth of conscience. You understand code much better than I do. But conscience is our heritage. We are imparting it to the entire world. And what does national education policy further visualizes? The logic of engineering and the imagination of arts. National education policy, I am very confident, will salvage us from ossified education system put in place by erstwhile colonizers. It has been dismantled. It has been removed. Our students need to know about it. But friends, when I look around, particularly from the perspective of a place where I am at the moment, I am worrisomely concerned at the alarming scenario. We are facing the crisis of cramming culture, which has transformed vibrant minds into mechanical repositories of temporary information. There is no absorption. There is no understanding. Cramming, cram, and then reel out what you have crammed. It is creating intellectual zombies rather than creative thinkers. Cramming creates memory without meaning. What does memory mean if it has no meaning? Who was your grandfather? What does APJ mean? Unless you understand. So cramming creates memory without meaning and add degrees without depth. What is use of degrees if the degrees have no depth, if your credentials do not carry the stamp of perceptual acceptability? And what a worrisome scenario when students memorize without understanding. Very painful. Regurgitate without questioning. And what can we do when people graduate without wisdom? You are distinct. You are fortunate to getting this kind of quality education. But I am availing the opportunity to send a message to everyone. Coaching centers have turned out to be poaching centers. They have become black holes for talent in regimented silos. You know it. You live in this city. Coaching centers mushrooming. This is menacing for our youth, who are our future. Time is running out. We must address this malaise that is hugely and worrisomely concerning. We cannot allow our education to be so smeared and tarnished. Sight of billboards, advertisements in newspapers. Where does the money come from? It comes from those who either take loan or who painstakingly paid to make their future brighter. Surely this is not optimal utilization of money. And these advertisements are alluring, untested. They are eyesores for our civilizational ethos. कहाँ गुरुकुल की बात करेंगे? भारत के संविधान में जो 22 चलचित्र हैं उनमें गुरुकुल का है. हम शिक्षा दान में विश्वास करते हैं. Where have we come? Coaching centers can use their infrastructure. They can change a makeover into skill centers. I urge to civil society, public representatives before me and outside, to appreciate the urgency of this disease. They must converge to restore sanity in education. The education minister is before us. And bring Kota's past glory. Let it be education hub. It should not be a coaching center or a coaching center. We need coaching for skill. And just imagine the pain. You know the seats are limited and coaching centers are all over the country. They prepare the minds for years together. robotize our students. Their thinking is absolutely steamified. What psychological problems can arise out of it, you know more than I do. The obsession with perfect grades and standardized scores has compromised curiosity, which is inalienable facet of human intelligence. Friends, always remember your mark sheet will never define you. Your grade will not define you. It can define you to your friends and relatives. But when you will take a leap in competitive world, your knowledge and thinking mind will define you. We must end this assembly line because this culture is very dangerous for our education. Coaching centers are against the flow of national education policy. These create an unnecessary hiccup, impediments in growth, progress. Friends, I leave it at that. But I am sure this will haunt you forever and help change in the mindset of the people at large. And I say so particularly because those students who are in coaching centers, they are in silos. They are not aware that opportunity basket for them in Bharat is ever growing. In blue economy, in space economy, in cyber security, in artificial intelligence, they can be, as rightly indicated by the Honorable Governor, much beyond job seekers. They can be job creators. They can be wealth creators for the nation. And friends, if only degrees were to matter and grades were to decide where you are, then I wonder where will Bill Gates be? Where Steve Jobs will be? Where Mike Zuckerberg will be? Michael Dale, Azim Premji? Because they are dropouts. Am I right? You know it. You are better than them. That you have come to get these credentials through the right way. So your rise can be more than any one of these. And I am just not being a dream merchant. I am being realistic. I am product of education. If I had not got a scholarship, I would not have had good education. And I am before you. And my professional trajectory will bear it out. At the toughest of life challenge, scarcity of everything under the sun. I therefore know that you are living in Bharat, which not was our dream because we could never dream that. But now our Bharat is what it is. Friends, it is the strength of your character, not your grades, that will define you. Learn to grow within. Your success outside is guaranteed. And let me come to your power. You need to realize your power. Sometimes if you don't realize your inner power, you can't contribute to society at large. Youth power, promise, potential and performance need closer attention and detailing by parents, by teachers, by lawmakers, by policymakers and by those in governance. Youth power is well channelized, exploited in the right direction, then it's a power much beyond imagination. Present scenario offers hope and possibility. There are government affirmative policies that handhold you at every step. And many have availed these policies and are scripting development. The footprints are increasing in the shape of startups and unicorns, where our record is unrivaled in the world. And therefore I appeal to the youth, particularly from Kota, where because of coaching centers, they are unable to see what is writing on the wall. Time for our youth to come out of old fossilized silos of only hankering after government jobs. Greener pastures are much beyond. A look at the ever-fattening opportunity basket must receive your full attention, and I appeal to the director, faculty, parents and everyone to make our youth aware of the fattening opportunity basket. New opportunities, vistas, as I reflected earlier, are emerging: artificial intelligence, space economy, cyber security, blue economy, and many more. These are not just opportunities, friends. These are gold mines. And these gold mines are awaiting your footfall for exploration and exploitation. I am sure our youth will so focus, being most vital stakeholders. Who are you? You are most vital stakeholders in democracy. For governance, you will script the journey of Bharat to developed nation in 2047. You have the capacity to fire the engine of growth on all cylinders. And I'm sure you will realize Viksit Bharat. We may not be around, but we can feel. I am full of optimism, confidence. You shall do it. Dear students, the world is full of well-trodden paths. Don't take a path which is too well-trodden. Greatness lies in traveling a road which is less traveled. If an idea occurs in your mind, don't park it in your mind. Don't fear failure. Failure is a myth. Any failure is nothing beyond a setback to achieve further growth. Chandrayaan 2 is scripted, success of Chandrayaan 3. You always have to keep that in mind. Do not merely chase the next unicorn. Don't say he made success in this unicorn, I'll have another one in the same line. Why? Go as per your attitude, aptitude, what you think is right, and find solutions. And one thing is very clear. The world will keep on changing. The only constant is change. So there will be always enough work for human genius and mind to cater to the societal needs. Friends, as you step beyond these gates with courage in your hearts, I'm sure, code in your minds, that's what you're trained for, and the Constitution, I say, is your soul. North Star. I have only one thing to say. March ahead, make India proud, make your parents proud, make your alma mater ever proud of you. Thank you so much.